I want to talk about this upcoming event, the biggest wrestling event ever in Woodstock, Virginia on September the 17th. And what it all boils down to is a contract signing. Myself and Robert Gibson for Doug Gibson and Kevin Nash to release of what our responsibilities are going to happen in that ring. But I'll first of all want to go through and let you understand that I've been here at this convention. And a lot of you wrestling fans out there might not know the Rock and Roll Express. You might not know what we have done for this business. Night after night, our time limits, traveling all over the country, not getting paid by contracts. These guys that make so much a year and off these Mattel action figures that we got paid by how many butts we put in the seat, and the promoter got 80% of that. Because I was downstairs and I seen a lot of these guys, like some of you fans out there that don't know who we are. That the older wrestlers that were sitting there at tables by themselves, and some of these young kids and some of these young wrestlers didn't know who they even were because they don't know nothing about the history of professional wrestling. And the new fans that are coming in and you're watching us here on AWE and you're seeing the Rock and Roll Express, what I'm griping about or what you're saying, what am I bitching about, is to understand that when I watch this, these guys at the table by themselves and nobody even went over to talk to them. Where I walked over and I don't have nothing to give them, but one thing I did give them is my respect. I sat down and I took my time and I talked to each and every one of them and I thanked them all. Because I was a young kid and even one of them, some that y'all might not even knew, I still learned from them. They taught me things about this business that I could talk to anybody else about, but you never know and never understand what I'm saying to you. And then I'm walking through the lobby and one of the most of the top 10 wrestlers in the world walks through. And I gotta say, my son is 10 years old. And at being at 10 years old, he can work better than 90% of the guys in the business today. But my son wanted to meet him. And I walked up to him, and where he's trying to be somebody that he's not, that he's one of the greatest superstars in the world that he thinks is in his heart, because you don't understand, if it wasn't for the wrestling fans, there would be no us, there would be no you. And it made me figure out, if I was a wrestling fan and I walked up to you like that and you treated me the way that you treated a wrestling fan, buddy, I'll never watch wrestling again. But then you took about 15 steps and you realized who I was. After you done blowed my little boy off that looks up to you every day when you come on TV, you broke my heart, guys. You broke all my hearts. But going back, because this is what this is all about, this contract signing in Woodstock. Yes, I'll be there. Yes, I will sign anything that I have to sign, because you see, I'm not coming out here fighting just for myself. I'm fighting for them old guys that sit in that chair that nobody even recognized. I'm fighting for the ones of the fans that come up to people and you blow them off like they're nothing. And if it wasn't for their money spending, you couldn't drive those new cars and have those big fancy houses that you got. You see, I didn't get none of that. It's not because I'm a frustrated wrestler or I'm mad. Hell, for most of you, I never even got a thank you. But when history is made in Fishersville, and when we do the contract signing in Woodstock, Virginia, on September the 17th, you better bet your ass, buddy. You Doug Gibson and you Kevin Nash, you better understand where I'm coming from. Because it's not a game, it's my life.